We talked a little bit earlier about Miami's blunder last week, not taking a knee against Georgia Tech. Haynes King comes back, throws that last-second touchdown. That moves Miami to 4-1. They go on the road. They play North Carolina, who is 5-0 now. How do you see this game going?
I think we're in for a little bit of shootout this week between those two. And everybody's kind of writing off Miami because of what happened, but Miami's still very good. I am more concerned about the step back that Miami's offense took last week at Georgia Tech. They looked out of sorts. I was not expecting that at all. Shannon Dawson's legit as an OC. We've seen that early in the season. It seemed like he and Tyler Van Dyke were on the same page. They were getting the best out of him. But Van Dyke, man, throwing the interceptions, some issues there. North Carolina's hitting its stride right now. They got Tez Walker back at receiver. They're only going to be getting better, you would think, offensively. I think that for Miami, their hope's got to be that NC goes back to that defense, those issues they had of last season under Gene Chizik. But it certainly seems like they are very well improved. Having said that, this just shapes up to be kind of a two gunslinging quarterbacks out there going at it back and forth in a game that probably ends up finishing in the 30s. I think this game's a coin flip.
Yeah. So North Carolina will have Duke and Clemson later in the season. No Florida State on that schedule. And then for Miami, you're playing North Carolina and Clemson back-to-back weeks here. What do you think the trajectory is for the rest of the season with these two programs?
Well, Miami's got at the very least split these next two. And I'm going to tell you, Clemson's still going to be beating teams this year. I don't care what anybody thinks of them right now. North Carolina, I think, is going to be in the ACC championship discussion. I personally think they'll be there. I think they're going to make the ACC championship game with that schedule that's remaining.
Well, we're talking ACC teams. Let's talk about this Louisville team. You saw what they did against Notre Dame. Plummer looked great. Braum looked great. And their defense, my biggest question always when it comes to Louisville, they got the athletes, especially the skill position, is their defense. And you roll through their schedule, right? No North Carolina, no Florida State. You have a Duke team at home, and then you finish at Miami and Kentucky at home. And we saw this what Georgia just did to them with the dad-son driveway situation. Do you think Louisville can maybe make some noise and maybe I don't know if they can still sneak up on people, but could you see Louisville maybe winning one game and maybe see themselves in the ACC championship?
They've won games a tough way, and they've won some games by going away. Jeff Braum, man, he just wins everywhere he goes. It's the best hire of this offseason so far. And when we talk about year one results, and isn't it crazy? We got 3 undefeated teams remaining in the ACC, and they don't face each other at all.
It's wild.
One of them's not.
Worst case scenario.
Well, hey. Best case for TV ratings for that conference because it's going to be
without
some
a
chaos
doubt
there near the end.
But what happens? I mean, at the end, like, is it Friday Night Lights? Like, we all meet at a gas station in the middle of nowhere and start flipping a coin?
So something's got to give.
It happens. It happened on the FCS level last year. They had to do a coin flip to decide a place in a championship game last year.
God, I'd rather just put 3 fighters out there. And
Sickening.
Just have I do want to say the Miami, North Carolina is a 3.5-point favorite. Ooh, gross. I wonder if that's going to move. But that over under 57, both offenses average over 500 yards. I'd probably lean toward that over 57 when it comes down to it. Hey, everybody there on YouTube, thank you guys for checking us out. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. Hit that like button every time you're watching a video if you do like it. I'm not going to tell you what you like or what you don't like. And turn that notification bell on. That way you know every time we're dropping content. Because you guys know we put in the hours.